Hey guys, Kev here, and I wanted to do some rapid reviews. So I wanted to wrap up pretty much everything I have in right now that is unboxed. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have like 6 or 7 packages I need to get to from the last few days. It's been very busy, crazy around here, and yeah, I'm literally just trying to keep up with everything. So let's run through some stuff. There's one knife I really want to talk about, and that was the Vosteed Mini Acorn. And the reason I want to talk about this one is I believe it actually is dropping today. Today in your world should be Wednesday, July 17th, which actually turns out to be my wife's birthday. So happy birthday to my wife. But I'm pretty sure they told me this was releasing today, or they were going to have stock available today. So if you are interested in the Mini Acorn, I recommend you go check it out. I'll put a link down below however I can, whether that's through the Vosteed website or Amazon. I can link both as well. If you guys use my links, it does help the channel, but that is totally up to you. I do have links for all of the knives I'm going to show you. But this one's really cool. My favorite thing about this knife, believe it or not, is the pivot. And I just love the design of the pivot. We're actually working on a knife with Vosteed and the OEM that they use / their sort of shop that they have a connection with. And I asked specifically if we could use this pivot design with the little indent in it. I just think it's a really nice look. I think it would also look pretty nice on a top liner lock button. Wink, wink. So, yeah, I really dig that pivot. I like the brass accents on here. Of course, there's other colors available. You have standoffs here. You have a little touch of stainless or satin in a couple of areas, including the lock bar, that I think really give it a nice touch. And you have a very, very easy to actuate pocket knife with this elongated elliptical shaped hole. You can reverse flick it like so. I haven't really tried, but we can definitely thumb roll it. Let's try a flick. Yeah, you could flick it. I bet I could do it better right-handed because I have a clip. Yeah. So if you're right-handed, you're going to have a really good thumb flick. The reason I can't do it too well lefty is because I don't have a clip to gather momentum on, or I guess kind of wind up with, so I can gear up for this and fire it. It's a little harder left-handed because I don't have anything to put that pressure on. I need to hang on for dear life over here, but I can kind of do it like that. It does not have a reversible clip, so that's something to note if you are left-handed. I am, of course, and it doesn't bother me. Even though I just said it's harder to do the thumb flick, I never do the thumb flick on a knife this size. I'm going to reverse flick it, and of course it has this beautiful front flipper. And this knife in particular has what I like for front flippers, which is a really good job with the jimping. Look how they added that extra little notch here to give you that extra jimp on the corner. And that really, I mean, look, I'll grab the corner right here, okay? That's where I'm gonna grab. No problem at all. You can come up right to the top and fire that out. And I can show you just on another one of their models on the Anilo here, they don't have that. They have a smoother style. I just wanted to double check. Smoother style. So if I grab it here, I can get it. But, I mean, I had to really bear down. If I'm just swiping like this, it's a lot harder. Look at this. Right? Like if I just swipe it, I can get a grip on it and fire it out. And it just feels a little bit epic, Phil. It just feels more comfortable. It lets you get a better grip. Sure, I guess I can flick it. I can just feel the difference. When you're front flipping, it's a little bit, what's the right terminology? It's confidence inspiring. You know how sometimes you do get it done, but you're not that confident because of the grip you have? Well, this gives you that confidence to really hammer that front flipper. So anyway, I just really love the front flipper on this thing. So these are going to be available on the 17th, Wednesday. The video will drop that day. And I don't know the price. The full-size Acorn was $49, I believe. And then they had a coupon on Amazon for another $10 off. So it was actually $40 when that one launched. So I don't know if this will be in the same ballpark. I would assume so. My guess is retail will be $50 on this, and I think that's really well done. Also, interesting to note, the plunge grind's really well done. You can see there, you got plenty of room to sharpen. Ergonomics are great as well. You can choke up. You get a nice grip there. I do wish some jimping was up here and not just back here. You get a nice sort of spear point style blade and a lanyard. Yeah, I think it's a solid offering from Vosteed. 14C, 28N on that as well. So that's the mini Acorn. That'll roll us into the Anilo here, and I've talked about this one as well in another video. And the difference on this one versus the original launch is this is 154 cm. This has a reversible pocket clip, and this one is $129 instead of $169 for the one in LMAX and aluminum. Both are aluminum. I have heard there is a titanium version coming, but I love this knife. I have been carrying this pretty much nonstop since it showed up, and I think it's been about 2 weeks. I absolutely love this thing. I've contemplated putting it into the pass around, but I already have the LMAX and aluminum version in the pass around, so there's really no reason to put it in other than just to put it in. But I love it so much that it's hard for me to give it up. That's what she said. But I will note that I have marked it up a little bit. You can see the scratches there on the aluminum. Let's grab some alcohol and see if that comes off. I have not tried. I'm not really worried about it personally for my EDC, but in case we just want to get an idea on the aluminum here. Now, it probably slid against my keys because I put my keys in my pocket a couple times when it was like thunderstorming and I was just running and just tossed them in a pocket, not thinking about the fact that I had a left-handed knife in there as well. But I just want to give it a clean to be fair and see let's see how durable this aluminum is. It has a hard anodizing coating on it, and we can see here those scratches are still there. So it's not really penetrating the coating. You're not seeing aluminum underneath. You're just seeing some snail trails. So I do want to point that out, but I mean, that's why you're paying 120, 160 instead of 250, 300 for titanium, right? It is a different material. So it doesn't bother me, but it may bother some of you that you can scratch this if you get metal contact with keys or something like that. You could also just be more careful than me if you care all that much. I have abused this blade in terms of my personal use. I do not do a lot of hard use stuff, but anytime I've needed a knife, this thing has come out and taken it for the team. Lots of cardboard, lots of very thick cardboard. I had a package, what was it for? It had like triple layered cardboard. It was ridiculous how thick it was. I don't know if it was the Ego pressure washer I bought, the box for that, or man, I bought a few things in big ass boxes lately, and I can't remember all of them, so I apologize. But it was a thick box, and it was tough to get through. And I don't think it was because of the sharpening on this, I think it was really just because of the cardboard being insanely thick. I want to get some paper and just see if this thing will still cut. I believe I did strop it once just to kind of like see if I could strop it because I've been working on my strop game. I had to reload this and I was trying to figure out the best way to do it. And I remembered how I did it in the past. You take a little bit of mineral oil, put it on, and wipe everything off. It'll actually clear off your old compound if you put mineral oil on there. And then I'll put just a dab of mineral oil here and there, kind of rub it into the leather, and then I'll use the green compound to kind of get it in there and then kind of rub it in, and you end up with, once you let it dry, you end up with a pretty even coating of the compound. If you just go at it with the green compound stick, you get very rough, jagged, non-uniform compound on there, and I don't know if it really strops as well when you do that. So just a pro tip there, try to use some mineral oil. It helps a lot. You will get dirty, but just wash your hands. Anyway, yeah, so it's still nice and sharp after, I would say, man, it's hard to gauge how much cardboard I've cut with this thing, but, you know, let's say like 10 boxes, 10 cardboard boxes. I cut them all down. The flaps, then cut them down, then folded, then cut to fit into the trash can. So, they probably each box ends up in 8 to 10 pieces. So you're talking, maybe 100 pieces of cardboard were sliced, plus anything else I came across while this was in my pocket, which included some rope that I was using for my deck. I was trying to, anyway, rope, what else? Just, yeah, random shit. You guys get it. I even cut some plastic. My kid got a bunch of birthday presents. So I was cutting little zip ties and plastic ties and stuff. And I guess the point of all that is not to try to prove how great the steel is, because I think most steels would be fine with me using them for a couple weeks. But what I like is that it kept finding its way in my pocket. And that just speaks to me. Might not mean anything to you, obviously, but to me, that means that this knife is very, very good because I keep reaching for it. It's so fun to fidget with. You have a flipper tab, you have a front flipper, and you have a hole for deployment. This is a knife I actually do enjoy the thumb flick on, especially right-handed. I like whipping it out right-handed. So she said the front flipper absolutely just hammers when you get it really good. It's a very satisfying thwack. Yeah, I just really enjoy it. And I get to carry it lefty, which is nice. It's a little bit heavier and bigger than I normally like to carry on a daily basis, but it's just so good that it doesn't bother me. I kind of want to see a slimmed down mini version of it, even if they switched it over to the top liner lock to get that done, because I'm guessing this lock requires a certain amount of thickness and maybe length and everything. So I'm going to shut up now, but that is the Anilo, and I love it. Let's switch to another brand so I don't just hit you with all the Vosteeds. This is a Kubey. This is the Kubey Blackout. It was sent to me along with the Neo. I actually sent the Neo off to my business partner and good buddy Colin Mason-Pierre. He was actually the one who asked me about that knife and asked me if I had handled it, and I said no. I looked it up, and I was like, oh, that actually looks pretty cool, so I asked Kubey to send it, and then they sent this one along with it. So I sent the Neo off to Colin because I thought maybe, since he was interested, he might want to check it out. And then he is going to send it on to whoever is first in the pass around with this knife. But this is the Blackout. It's designed by DOCK. I believe it's Dmitry Azarenko. And those are the same person, I found out. I think it's Dmitry Azarenko Custom Knives is DOCK. And it's a cool knife. It's not my style. It's a little bit of a beefier, more tactical knife than I really want to carry on a day-to-day basis. It also is right hand only with that frame lock. Now, I will say it works pretty well left-handed. You can see my thumb flick is really good on this knife, and reverse flick, at least on this example, because the detent is on the medium side, I can actually flick it no problem left-handed, so that's cool. But if you look at the blade stock, it's just a thick boy. So, you know, sure, it has a sharp edge on it, so it's going to cut paper just fine. But once you start getting through some cardboard, like, say, that triple layered cardboard I was cutting, this is really going to get bound up in there because of how thick it is, how short the grind is compared to that thickness. I just don't think this is meant to be a ultra slicer, right? This is meant to be a EDC slash take some abuse knife, and also it's just meant to look good. You know, I feel like more and more these days that's where we're heading. Knives aren't exactly made for a particular use case. They're made because they look cool, and then they also cut shit, right? Now, in my philosophy with that, with my knife company, we try to make sure all our knives are nice and slicey and can do any job you need it to do and be super comfortable in the hand. And then we try to also obviously get our design in there and, you know, get the point across that we were going for with each individual design. And I'm sure that's the same thing going on here. But anyway, it's really cool. We also shout out to DOCK. I don't know if he was the one who asked for this Dark Blast on the titanium, but we had not seen this before from Kubey. At least I had not. And so I showed it to Colin, and we reached out to Kubey, and we have some prototypes coming, and I asked them to put this finish on one of them because we actually asked for something very similar to this, and we just didn't have an example to show them that they had done, because a lot of times we are basically trying to get Kubey to try new things, right? And it looks like DOCK did the same thing, and he was ahead of the game for us. So we were able to just show them this example and say, that's what we wanted, right? We wanted a dark blast, a aluminum oxide blast, something like you see on Chris Reeve knives, Jack Wolf knives, stuff like that. So that is very cool that they are now doing that as well. Anyway, the Blackout here is really cool. It reminds me of a Serge Panchenko style. And I think Dmitry did a great job on the design. So this guy is going to go into pass around along with that mini Acorn and the Neo once I get it back from Colin. Then we have a few Kizers that I showed you not too long ago. This is the Gemini in Ultim. And I really like this one. The more I've had it here, the more I've kind of, warmed up to it. I do think, you know, flat scales, it does feel like a little bit of a departure from what we've seen more recently from Kubey, but I think that makes sense since it is one of their oldest designs. This is a Laconico design, but it's one of the first ones that they did. Yeah, it looks good though. I like the black steel liners and everything with the Ultim. The flipper tab works really well. They have the detent dialed in excellently. You do have a reversible clip there as well. And it is a standard liner lock, and it has good action. This will go into the pass around group. And I'll link everything again that I can down below. Here's another look at the Mr. Nice Guy, or no, I think it's just the Nice Guy. I said Mr. Nice Guy because there's a Jackie Chan movie that I watched a million times when I was a kid. Leave me a comment if you were a fan of Rumble in the Bronx. And Mr. Nice Guy was the one, I think, where they had that hovercraft Oh my God. Old Jackie Chan movies were so good when I was younger. Shout out to Jackie Chan. Anyway, the Nice Guy is a very comfortable little EDC knife with a great price tag, great action, and this is a super affordable version, all blacked out, G10 and D2. So I'll link it down below, but it's got to be one of the more affordable Kizers out there. They also had this model in aluminum and I believe 154 cm, which is also very cool. And this is based on the Brat design, which is a obviously larger model. It is a G10 integral button lock, flipper tab, deployment knife, and man, is this thing sweet. Now, I did pass around the original Brat, and I passed around the Nice Guy in aluminum. So these will probably stay here and go right into the sort of giveaway / sell pile or whatever I have going here. But yeah, I really like this green G10. The way they did the texture, so it's polished here, it's nice and smooth. And then this is really grippy. So when you hold it in hand, it just has a really nice texture to it. Just feels good overall. And the button lock action on this is really good. It has a ting to it. You guys know I am not a fan of plunge lock button locks. But this one just is done really well and executed, I think, as good as it's going to get. This one does not have a reversible clip. This one does, which is cool. And you can see they're the same design. Now, if you want something a little smaller, more pocketable with a choil, you're going to want to go with the Nice Guy. If you want something larger with maybe the button lock, then you're going to want to go with the Brat. But both are really good. I mean, look at this thing, dude. This thing's a dream. Shout out to Kizer. They crushed this updated Brat model. Just the Brat in general is so good. 154 cm on this one. And it has their black, PVD coating or whatever they're calling it on there. It's not DLC, it's the PVD. Titanium nitride of some sort, I assume. But very cool models right there. I have another Vosteed, and then there's a couple of fixed blades. So this is the mini Raccoon or the Raccoon Cub. And I've showed you guys this one before, but I just wanted to wrap it up with this one as well before I put it into the pass around. And it's excellent. I mean, they really crushed it on this. Standoffs again, liner lock again. You're probably talking around 50, 60 bucks tops. Excellent action. I do wish this one had the same front flipper as the mini Acorn. You can see the jimping is spaced tighter, which is cool, but the jimping also is cut off right here, like the Anilo, and this Acorn front flipper is just so much better. Now, does this work? Yeah, it works just fine. Can you roll it? Yeah, you can do all the things with it. I'm just saying a little bit of extra texture goes a long way, and it's nice, I really like this knife. If you have small hands, if you like the Baby Banter, this is going to compare very well to the Baby Banter. No, it's not a copy of the Baby Banter. They had the Raccoon. They made a smaller version. It looks just like that, They just happen to be similar looking once they're shrunken down. I don't know. You do have a reversible clip. I do wish this knife and where's the other one? I thought I had another one from Vosteed that had a reversible clip with no filler tab. I don't know which one I'm thinking of. Maybe I'm crazy, but I wish it had a filler tab. That would be nice. And I wish this one had a reversible clip. That would be cool as well. But a filler tab in here would have been nice. The D10 is money. It's excellent. Just a great little carry for EDC, especially if you have small hands or you just like smaller knives. Yeah, excellent knife. That is the Raccoon Cub from Vosteed. And then we have a couple fixed blades. Kizer with this guy right here. And this is called the bow tie. And it's because it kind of looks like a bow tie there on the end. You can hold it a few different ways. I find it to be most comfortable with my finger in the ring and my thumb on this jimping up here. Sheep's foot blade. Now, this isn't something I would ever actually use, but maybe somebody would use this for EDC or self-defense. I don't know. It's an interesting one. I do think it looks cool. I think for people who like fixed blades, if this is your style, I mean, it's well made. It's D2. It feels good, nice and stone washed. Just not my style, you know what I mean? So it's hard for me to have much thoughts on it, or many thoughts on it. So let me know what you think of this one, how good you think it is. And then the last one here is from Remette. They sent this here fixed blade along with this fire, what is this called? Jesus, it's a fire rod thing. You know what I mean, to get sparks and such. You just kind of slap it on the spine of the knife, which looks like this. It's actually a cool looking blade. Again, D2, but it's coated this time, which is nice. You have a black wash finish on here. It's comfortable in the hand in this grip right here for me. Really comfortable in this grip. Keeps you behind the handle or behind the blade across the board. You don't have a choil or anything. So I do like that. I just don't have much use for a fixed blade. So I told them that, and you know what they said? They said, cool, don't show it. If you don't want to, not a big deal. We really appreciate you and your reviews. You know, we'll keep sending you other stuff. But if you don't want to show the fixed blade, don't show it. And I said, it's not that I don't want to show it. It's that I'm going to be honest and say I don't use fixed blades, and I can't really give you much information on this, and I'm not really gonna bring much to the table here other than show it and say it looks cool, it feels good, right? But I don't have experience using fixed blades, using this fixed blade, etc., etc. And I love that Remette was like, yeah, you just do whatever you want. That means a lot to me when a company is just super cool and chill. They just want to send you stuff, let you show it off, give your honest opinion, and that's it. They're not looking for, hey, say this, say that. Make sure you show it while you're chopping an apple or whatever, you know? I like that a lot. Some companies try to do that stuff. Of course, I always say no, unless it's something I'm gonna do anyway, because I want to be 100% honest, 100% transparent with you guys. So, anyway, the fire starter thingy here. So I guess what you're supposed to do is, yes, I am this dumb. I think you do it this way, right? You're just slapping the rod. I can test it. I'm sure I'm not going to light anything on fire with one spark. All right, maybe it's the other way. Maybe you throw it this way. I don't know. Maybe you got to be... maybe you got to be better than me at this. Ah, we got one. Did you see it? Got a spark. Ah, it's called a ferro rod. I was trying to think the whole time. What the hell is it called? I think part of it is, do you have to get through some kind of coating? Is there like a coating I need to get through before it starts to work? You can see those lines there, right? I don't think those are there before we can test that by doing it on this side here. Yeah, see, now there's that line. So you just got to dig in, get the right angle, and you get a spark. So, I mean, if I can do that in 2 seconds knowing nothing, I'm sure this is useful to somebody. So it came like this. You can put it in here. You also get this thing that hangs off it. To me, this thing's kind of annoying. It's a bottle opener and a sort of wrench. I don't know what that's for. And then it has a little bit of a ruler on there as well. And then, of course, you have the blade. So it's meant to be a bushcraft knife. We all know bushcrafters don't exist. Let me know in the comments if you are a bushcrafter. And then it has that tech lock that all the Chinese-made knives with these type locks have on it, because they seem to all be made in the same factory and attached to knives, which is cool. I'm sure there's just a Kydex factory over there. So that is the Remette fixed blade. I don't even know the name of it. I seriously apologize for that. Do I have a box? Oops. I do. I do have a box. It is the Remette Tactical Survival Hunting Fishing Allosaurus. There we go. Allosaurus. Made in China. And you get this stuff with it. All right, cool. There it is, guys. That is the rapid review session. We have the 2 fixed blades. We have the Kubey Blackout. We have the Vosteed Mini Acorn and Kilo and Raccoon Cub, along with the Kizer Gemini, the Kizer Nice Guy, and the Kizer Brat. Let's see if I can slide this guy in somewhere. Maybe we can go in size order, huh? What do you think? Which one's longer, you think? This one? Yeah. I'm gonna try it. Let's see if this works out. There we go. So there is your rapid review session. Let me know what you guys think of these knives down below. I'll put links to all of them as well in the description if you're interested. If not, no big deal. Don't worry about it. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. I appreciate all of you for checking out the videos, checking out the channel, subscribing, joining memberships. I will continue to give away awesome stuff every month for the channel members. I actually was thinking of something that now I can't remember now for some reason. But I had a good one for July. What was it? There was like 2 of them. And somehow I got 2 of them, and then they I was able to keep one. I don't remember what it is. So I'll try to think of it, and of course I'll let you guys know at the end of the month. I'll do the video talking about the July giveaway. But needless to say, it will be something awesome. It will be something worth a decent amount of money. So it's worth your what is it, $1.99 a month to sign up for memberships, or $4.99 a month, whatever it is. I appreciate it. I love you guys. I'm gonna shut up. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you later. Peace.